You have an ex that is watching you and basically watching your every move. Some of you is physical, some of you is just on social media, and some of you is both. But either way, they just don't want to see you happy without them. They feel like you are theirs. Their prized possession. They own you. You can't go nowhere. They feel like they can sit you on a table or somewhere and keep their eye on you. And nobody better come to you. Nobody better talk to you. Nobody better touch you. But they are free to do whatever they want. This person needs help. They seem like they need serious psychological help. And it's eating them up because they told people a lot of lies about you. And they are watching you win without them. And they are mad because they know if they stayed with you, they could have had a seat at your table. In some way in their messed up brain, they're going to force themselves to have a seat at your table, even if that means trying to ruin your next relationship. And be careful of posting anything about being in a new relationship if you go out and date or anything like that, because this person will see it, have somebody that y'all are both close with, or both having social media or something like that, to tell them what's going on and how you're moving on and all of this. And they will intentionally, purposely come and send you a bunch of things to try to rattle up emotions inside of you, to make you believe that they love you, they want to get back together and all of this. And even though for some of you it might be true, but a big part of you, they just don't want to see you with anybody else. Like in their mind, they really feel like you are theirs, and you're gonna wait for them to stop doing whatever they're doing. You're gonna wait for them to get this right. You're gonna wait for them to get their money right. Like, they don't want you with anybody else. And I was going to say ladies, but men and women, because the way things go today, make sure you protect yourself. If you feel a weird feeling about an ex, do not go around them, because your life could be on the line.
Let me just say that this video took like 7 months to pop off. I think I had maybe 200 views on it, and now all of a sudden my notifications like are just blowing the fuck up. Not in a good way. People are just coming for me and hating me for this video. It was literally like a skit, a joke. It's called satire, humor, comedy, not that deep, but thank you all for attacking me. It's been a pleasure reading all of your lovely comments, and I'll just shut the fuck up now and get off the internet. Thank you.
I feel he doesn't have the same drive or motivation to work that $50,000 a year job that he could get. I personally have been slowly making moves in regards to my daughter and myself. I went from living with my parents to renting a single room to now living in a 2-bedroom home. I am working towards making more money, and that's all I can do. I'm doing the very best I can right now.
Okay, and then as far as the extracurricular activities that you were referring to, could you just kind of, are there any, or describe what they are and what the expenses those are?
She's actually starting that this Saturday. It is $260. Fortunately, the dance studio allows me to pay weekly. I've asked Mike for help with that. He did buy her a leotard and tights, which was nice. But other than that, there was no help. And then she is starting Taekwondo on Saturday as well, which is $75 a month. I did also have her in therapy where I was paying out of pocket, and I did not go to him. I asked him to help, but he did not, because he said that that's what child support was for.
Well, the child support order also includes a provision regarding out-of-pocket healthcare costs that are beyond the annual ordinary medical amount. So
Sure, as I said, I'm just not comfortable with fighting over things, so I just took care of it.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy here again, and today we're diving into something that a lot of men can relate to, but rarely speak about. You see, she's mad because he's living well without her. Yeah, that's the truth most women don't want to hear. Many of them expect a man to crumble the moment she walks out, but when he rises instead, that's when the silence turns into hate. Women have been fed this fantasy that they're the center of man's success, that without them, men lose purpose, structure, and direction. But reality is showing something different. Men are learning that peace, focus, and consistency thrive after the noise leaves. When that relationship ends and he finally gets a chance to think clearly, he starts building himself. His life begins to stabilize, his income grows, and his confidence returns. That's not bitterness. That's freedom. Now what happens next? She starts watching. She starts noticing his glow up. And suddenly the narrative changes. He switched up, he changed. He's acting brand new. But the truth is, he didn't change. She just never believed he could do better. The moment she sees him winning, the jealousy kicks in. Because deep down, she expected to be his downfall, not his motivation. That's the kind of emotional immaturity many women display today. They want control, not partnership. Instead of admitting that she underestimated him, she flips the script. She'll say, he must have met someone, or he's pretending to be happy. No, he's not pretending. He's finally breathing. He's finally at peace without the drama, the tests, and the emotional games. A man who learns to walk alone becomes unstoppable. And when women see that, it scares them, because they lose the power they thought they had over him. She's not angry because he failed. She's angry because he succeeded without her help. Men, let this be a reminder. You don't need validation from anyone to thrive. Your strength isn't found in her approval. It's found in your growth. Stay focused, keep building, and never let anyone guilt trip you for doing better.
So you know how men will say they don't like women that wear weave or makeup or lashes, and women will say, well, we don't do it for y'all, we do it for ourselves. And then men will respond by saying, well, this is why y'all don't get married, or this is why y'all baby mamas. A woman was made for a man. Y'all should be trying to do what we like, all of these things or whatever. So I finally found the male equivalent. I seen this guy come on my For You page. He was a bodybuilder. He was talking about how dating is a little bit hard when you're a bodybuilder, because a lot of women aren't attracted to bodybuilders for some reason. And I bet a lot of men wouldn't even know that this is a thing, that a lot of women aren't attracted to bodybuilders, because women, we don't feel the need to constantly say what we don't like. But anyway, so a lot of other guys could agree with him, and they were saying like, yeah, you know, my dating life has been a little bit different since I started lifting heavy and became a bodybuilder or whatever. But I don't lift for women. I do it for me. And something that I noticed was no woman was trying to argue with him by saying, this is why you're not going to get married. This is why you're a baby daddy. You should be trying to attract a woman. None of the women were trying to go against the men that were saying that they just live for themselves, that they understand that, you know, being a bodybuilder, they might have a little bit more struggles when it comes to dating, but they don't care, because they're not going to stop doing what makes them happy just to attract somebody else. I just thought it was very interesting just to see how men can say that they do something just for them, and there's not this outrage. Women, we don't feel the need to get upset for some reason and, you know, start taking cheap shots like men do. I literally made a post recently that said women should be the person that they dressing for. They should be able to dress for themselves. And men literally attacked me and the women that agree with me.
Men are not allowed to be happy without women trying to make them feel guilty for it. The moment a man finds peace, focuses on himself, and enjoys life on his own terms, the criticism starts rolling in. Women begin to say, he must be hurt, or he can't handle a strong woman. But the truth is, he just learned that calmness and freedom mean more than stress and endless emotional games. Women hate to see a man doing fine without their involvement because it challenges the illusion that they're the center of his happiness. When a man chooses peace over drama, the world labels him as cold or distant. But he's not cold, he's focused. He's tired of being drained, tired of being tested, and tired of being told that his happiness doesn't count unless a woman validates it. Women have made it seem like a man without them is broken, when in fact, that's when most men begin to heal. Once a man discovers that solitude brings clarity, he no longer entertains the chaos he left behind. Men are fully entitled to their preferences. If a man wants a peaceful, loyal, and cooperative woman, that's his right. But nowadays, women take a man's preferences as a personal attack. They call him insecure or controlling simply because he knows what he wants. Meanwhile, women list their own standards with no problem at all. Tall, rich, handsome, ambitious, and no one questions it. That double standard shows just how uncomfortable society gets when men set boundaries. Some women even enjoy trying to reshape men into what fits their image. They'll say, I can fix him, or he just needs a right woman, as if men are projects waiting to be repaired. But when a man refuses to change to their convenience, they label him stubborn or emotionally unavailable. What they really can't handle is a man who doesn't bend. A man who stands firm in his values becomes a mirror they can't control, and that's what bothers them the most. The problem isn't that men are happy without women. It's that women can't stand seeing men content on their own. The moment men realize that peace, purpose, and independence matter more than constant approval, they become unstoppable. And that's what scares a lot of women today. Men, keep growing. Keep protecting your energy. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your happiness, because the greatest power a man can have is learning that he doesn't need permission to be at peace.
Your ex gonna get mad when they see you doing better without them. Oh yeah, duh. That motherfucker heated. That motherfucker sitting over there plotting on every fucking move you make. They want to plot every single thing to destroy your shit because they ain't got nothing going on. They didn't expect your life to get this fucking good. You knew the plan. You knew what the fuck. They knew what you had going on because you was probably sitting there at nighttime and shit talking about them. Now the shit that manifested without them, and now they mad. So now every little thing you do is now a slap in the face because they still sit there in that position of stagnation. That ain't your fault. The shit didn't work out. You wanted it to work out. It didn't work out. It's not my fault. It's not your fault that you are leveling up and they are stuck there. Or they got a new person. Oh, good for you. You're still there in that position. Hey, no fucking fault. Fuck wrong with you? Who the fuck is my fault that you not fucking do well with your life? Who the fuck? You for choosing niggas, choosing you niggas. The fuck? Ain't my fault. Huh? They will get mad that you're doing better without them every single fucking time. This shit applies to women. This shit applies to men. Every single time. Go do better. Buy a new car. They want to say it's leased. Buy a new house. You want to critique your house. Get a new job. They want to say it ain't stable. What the fuck? You can't do nothing right. The fuck?
Your ex is angry, not because you did her wrong, but because you're doing better than she ever thought you would. She expected you to fall apart, to lose focus, to beg for her back. But instead, you leveled up. You became sharper, calmer, and stronger. And now that she sees the progress, it hurts her ego, because when she left, she believed she was the best thing that ever happened to you. Now she's realizing she was just a distraction from your real growth. Most women can't handle seeing a man rise after they've counted him out. They convince themselves that men can't function without their presence. But when a man gets his peace back, he starts to rebuild from the ground up. He becomes focused, productive, and emotionally untouchable. That's when a regret hits her, not because she misses you, but because she can't control the man you become. She thought leaving would weaken you. Instead, it exposed her as a problem. When you were loyal, supportive, and consistent, she didn't value it. She thought you'd always be there no matter how she treated you. But now she's watching you become the version of yourself she never helped build. That's the part that burns the most. Realizing the man she took for granted is now out of reach. And she can't take credit for your success because she played no role in it. Women hate losing access to a man they underestimated. Now she's lurking, checking your updates, asking mutual friends how you're doing. She'll pretend she's happy, but inside, it's eating her alive. Because your peace, your glow, your focus, all remind her that she was replaceable. That's the part women never expect. That a man's silence is often his greatest revenge. When you stop arguing, stop chasing, and start improving, you become the version she never believed existed. She's not mad because you failed. She's mad because you proved her wrong. You became disciplined, successful, and peaceful. Everything she doubted you could be. That's why she's bitter. Because your progress exposed her mistake. So keep going, brother. Keep shining. The best way to respond to doubt is to outgrow it. Because nothing bothers a woman more than watching the man she left behind become everything she thought you couldn't be.
Watching my ex thrive, it's a beautiful thing. It's really triggering for me because I walked away with literally having to start over after 12 years of starting over, of wondering if I'm going to be able to keep a roof over my head with my boys. and not being able to just go out and play in our backyard like we used to.
Knock, knock. Who's there? The consequences of your own fucking actions. Okay? This woman, I guarantee you, initiated the divorce, took the kids, tried to take all his shit. Obviously didn't end up happy out of it. This happens a majority of the cases where they think the grass is greener, and it isn't. I'm telling you guys right now, the homie dodged a fucking bullet. He dodged a fucking bullet. And you know what? A lot of people ask me, Al, what's the best revenge? What do I do, right? What do I do when she leaves me? Become fucking successful, homie. Success is the best revenge. Success. You thrive. You get closer to God. You work on yourself. You go to the gym. You do better for yourself and your family, your kids if you have them. You're able to provide better. You're doing your thing better. She's gonna come crawling back. I promise you. I deal with this shit every day. She'll come crawling back. Oh, I'm so sorry. I want to get back with you. Fuck you. Fuck you. No. You never ever take her back, homie.
Her ex is finally happy, living his best life, and she can't handle it. She sees him thriving, peaceful, focused, and fulfilled, and it stings. Now she's emotional, saying she's proud of him and it's good to see him doing well. But deep down, that's not joy, that's regret. Because the man she once walked away from is now everything she prayed for in someone else. She's watching him become the man she never believed he could be, and it's eating her alive. When she left, she thought she was upgrading. She thought he'd fall apart, that he'd lose his drive without her support. But what happened? He got better. He built himself up piece by piece, while she's been trying to rebuild her life from scratch. Now she's facing the consequences of her own decisions. 12 years of starting over, struggling just to have stability again. That's the reality many women ignore when they walk away from good men, thinking the grass is greener somewhere else. She looks back now and sees everything she threw away, the laughter, the security, the peace, the backyard moments they once shared. She traded real love for fantasy, thinking she could find something better, only to end up chasing shadows. And now, seeing him succeed without her has become a painful reminder that she was the problem all along. Because he didn't just survive without her, he evolved. This is what happens when women underestimate a man's resilience. They think walking away will make him crumble, but instead, it pushes him toward greatness. He stops chasing approval. He stops overgiving, and he learns to invest in himself. That's why success hits differently when you've been doubted. It's not about revenge. It's about growth. But make no mistake, that success does expose every wrong judgment she ever made about him. She's not crying because he's doing well. She's crying because she finally understands what she lost. A man who truly cared, supported her dreams, and wanted to build a future together. Now he's at peace, and she's stuck wondering, what if? That's the price of pride. Thinking you can replace something genuine and discovering too late that you can't. So to every man watching this, keep building, keep winning, and let your progress be the answer. Because nothing silences doubt louder than success.
This is a question for the men and the men only. What is the real reason that you've given up on dating altogether or haven't dated in 10 plus years? Every single day in my comment section, anytime I talk about dating or relationships or getting married, the majority of men in my comments are saying that they're no longer interested in dating. And I really want to know the reason. Like, what was the final straw for y'all to finally say, you know what, I had enough? Plus, there's this weird information going around that by 2030, like heterosexual couples will be non-existent, people are not having babies and this and that. And do you think that's because men have stopped dating or because women have stopped dating and people have equally stopped dating? Or is it because men are not pursuing women anymore? I'm really interested to see the comments or the duets on this post as to why y'all have stopped dating in the first place. Did you have a toxic ex? Did you go through a terrible divorce? Did she take everything? Or have you been on dates and they've just been so fucking awful that you finally said, forget it? So what's the real reason that you gave up dating altogether? Okay, bye.
She asked, what's the real reason men have stopped dating? The answer is simple. Men are tired. Real men are completely drained from being played, lied to, and treated like backup options. We don't want drama, manipulation, or confusion anymore. We just want something genuine. A woman who values loyalty over attention. peace over arguments, and effort over empty words. But sadly, that's rare now. Most men have realized that giving their best in today's dating scene only gets them taken for granted. Men didn't give up because they can't handle relationships. They gave up because women stopped appreciating what real men bring to the table. A man can be consistent, caring, and supportive and still get overlooked for someone who treats her badly. Then she comes back later, broken, saying, "You were such a good man." But by then, he's already done. Because men are no longer volunteering to fix what women willingly let crumble. The same women who claim they want a good man are the ones who put him in the friend zone. They keep him around for comfort, for attention, for validation, but never commitment. Meanwhile, they chase the guy who gives them nothing but headaches. Then they run back crying, complaining about how men don't care. No, the truth is, you ignore the ones who did. And now those men have learned that their peace is worth more than your confusion. Men are not emotionally numb. They're just protecting themselves. They're tired of being the emotional support system for women who only want to use them until someone else comes along. They're tired of being blamed for standards they didn't create. Real men crave connection, but not at the cost of self-respect. And that's why so many are walking away. It's not hate, it's self-preservation. The reason men gave up isn't because they don't care about love. It's because they're done being the only ones who take love seriously. They're done proving their worth to people who can't see it. So if women want to know why men have checked out, it's simple. We got tired of giving our all to people who never gave anything back. Men are finally choosing peace over pain. And honestly, that's the smartest move any man can make today.
You know what? I see why the fellas is mad at us. We used to do better. So I was talking to one of my homegirls not too long ago, and she tells me she's met the perfect guy, right? She's like, he's great, he's handsome, great job, all of that, right? Oh, nobody's perfect, of course, but standard-wise, preference-wise, he met everything. So then later on, she tells me, and she's like, "Oh, I dubbed him. You know, he's just not right for me." And I'm like, well, what happened? Like, everything was good. Like, you were saying, like, this could have been future hubby. Like you was damn near on the right track for everything. Like, he was just matching up. You know what this woman tells me? She says, his car is old. And I say, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? She's like, well, he's been in his career for 10 plus years. He should have a brand new car. He should have something from this year. Like, why don't you have a more expensive car? Sis, sounds like he doesn't have a car payment. Sounds like he doesn't have an extra $700-800 that he has to spend a month, or how much ever a car payment is. It sounds like he's saving up money. What's the problem? Does it work? Does it have an auxiliary cord? Does it have heat and air conditioning? That's all I really care about. Do the windows go up and down? Has it passed the inspection? That's really all that counts. But you're worried about it being an old car? Really? You're gonna pass him up because his car is old? Just little shit like that explains why these men are sick of us. Because you could have a perfectly good guy with a good career. He takes care of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you could ask for, and it's just not enough. But it's women like me that will love on y'all. I just want to let you know that. Okay? We are out here. Stop paying attention to the materialistic women. That's the only thing I can say to you, men.
She said she finally understands why men are fed up with modern women. And honestly, she's right. Men are tired of being judged by material things instead of their character. Imagine a good man, hardworking and respectful, getting rejected just because his car isn't flashy enough. That's what dating has turned into. Not about who you are, but what you have. Women keep saying they want loyalty and stability, but they keep chasing the image, not the man. A woman will ignore a man with genuine intentions because his ride isn't new, yet give her time and energy to a man with a nice car and no values. She doesn't care if he's faithful, honest, or even kind, as long as he looks good in pictures. That's how shallow it's become. And the sad part? Those same women end up crying later, asking why they can't find a real man. It's because they keep walking past the real ones for temporary excitement. Men are not asking for much, just respect and fairness. But instead, they're being mocked and belittled for not meeting unrealistic standards. He might not drive the latest model, but that doesn't mean he's not driven in life. He's building something. And while she's laughing at his car, another woman out there will appreciate his determination and build with him. That's what women today fail to see. The man's worth isn't parked in his driveway. It's rooted in his ambition. What's frustrating is that these same women love to preach about equality and maturity, yet they behave like high school girls chasing status. They don't want love, they want validation. They want to look good beside a man, not grow together with one. And that's why so many men have checked out. They're tired of being looked down on because they're not walking wallets or status symbols. Real men are walking away from fake standards, and honestly, who can blame them? She's now realizing that looks fade, money shifts, and cars depreciate, but character lasts. That man she rejected will become the one she regrets losing, because when his hard work finally pays off, he won't need her approval. He'll have peace, success, and a woman who saw his value before the glow-up. That's the real lesson here. A woman who chooses image over integrity always ends up learning the hard way. And that's exactly why men are done settling for disrespect disguised as standards. Brothers, let this be a reminder. You don't need to impress anyone with material things to prove your worth. The right woman will see your potential before the success shows. Never let shallow standards make you question your value. Keep grinding, stay humble, and let your results do the talking. Because the same woman who laughed at your old car will one day watch you drive past her in something she could have shared if she had believed in you. Stay focused, stay grounded, and never forget, your peace, your growth, and your purpose matter more than any validation. Thank you all for tuning in and showing constant love to this channel. Every like, every share, every comment keeps this message alive. Until next time, keep standing strong. Keep winning quietly, and let success be the loudest response.